Hey, good morning, Blake Media listeners, actionable financial literacy listeners, and Facebook folks that are out there as well. Good morning, good morning. It's Saturday morning, and I'm back from Thailand. Still got jet lag, the hag hanging on my back. Still tired, but hey, I'm here and got some good information for you today. And listen, man, I tell you, Thailand was a good trip. Hang out with my family, my baby boy, my son, and my daughter-in-law, my three grandkids. Man, it was wonderful. Actually, this year's been great because I seen all my grandkids all over again. I seen my oldest grandson who's 13, and my newest grandson who's Joel. He's how old is the baby now? He's like 4 months old. And all in one year, man. I mean, this has been great for me, man. It's been great for my wife and I. It just is, growing up, when you see your grandkids, man, now it's like you see your kids, and it's, oh man, it's a blast. It really is just a blast. And I thank God for giving me the strength to be able to see all those things and be able to share. And man, man, life is good. It really is. It just give you the strength and ability to be able to see those things. Um, thank you, Jesus. Besides that, though. Got some good stuff for you today. Got some good stuff. Got some good stuff. All right. It may not be as long because, man, I'm about ready to pass out, even though I slept. The flight was 21 hours long. That was a long flight. And, sitting in those seats for that long and, trying to sleep, you know, it was 398 folks on there, most of them, Asian, and me. One guy looks like he was African American, but I don't know. You know, I look like I was on the wrong plane. Everybody's in line. I'm in line. It's like, sir, do you think you're in the wrong line? Nope, nope, it's me. I'm going this way too. But it was funny. Yeah, it was just something else. So today, I want to share some things with you in regards to currency. Because the exchange rate and it really, I was able to pick up some. It really emphasized the fact that when I talk about the dollar and paper money and understanding that it's not the physical dollar that we should look at, it's the creation of wealth and how it influences our way of thinking when it comes to building, understanding financial literacy and creating wealth for the future. So let me kind of start out with let me share my screen here with this PowerPoint presentation. That's my grandson in the background with the tiger. There's another little thing there too. So here's our PowerPoint here, and obviously we start out with that's the book there. Working on the second book. So title: Building Financial Literacy there. Again, this is a model. Shows about financial knowledge that we have to gain, knowledge of the information and wisdom that comes in, and we get that by attending seminars, listening to tapes, books, reading them. At some point, the information that we get to come in, we have to take that and become a product of the books, tapes, and seminars and things that we listen. We have to become a product of what we read and everything. So it's not just getting the information and sitting on it. You got to get it and then actually become a product of those things that you listen to. The next thing is that at the end, we want to take that and have those things change our behaviors, the way we respond to the things that we've read. So it's not just getting it and doing and just sitting on it. You got to change the way you are, change the way you be about things. In the middle, those are the actions that we need to make sure we're correcting and detecting the errors in our lives, so we can make change and go to different exotic places and be able to look at things from a different perspective and see and understand the way we work, live, and play in our lives here, so we can and go see other parts of the world. So what these are these five basic things that I feel we should look at: our ethical economic standards, money basics, our investing, our borrowing, and our protecting. And we talked about that throughout the year. And those things we look at those on a quarterly basis, semi-annual basis, annual basis. And again, we're looking to correct and detect our errors in our thinking. check those areas in our thinking so we can correct our behaviors and what we're doing. And while we're doing that, the behaviors we're looking at our economic behaviors, our financial behaviors, any money flaws, any unrealistic things. And if we can recreate our thinking, not only within ourselves and our families, but in greater community as a whole. And how do you know when you do that is when what makes it actionable is when you can recreate it outside of where you've learned it. So you recreate it in yourself, you can recreate it in your family, then when you other your community members. I have clients, and I recreate that in my clients. They recreate it in their children, and so on and so forth. So what I give and what as I give out, my objective is for others to be able to realize that within their families and be able to recreate that. So it does my heart well to be able to give information out. I'm still reaching for another level of success for myself. So in order for me to get there, I have to give out to others as well. And it just that's what God has given me as a blessing, and that's what I like to give out as well also. And my son and my kids, that do well. I thank God for giving me that knowledge, wisdom, and understanding to give to them. And because my mom always told me, son, you got to be better than me. You got to do better than me. And I, at the time I understood what she was saying, and I did. I'm in a better position. But my mom was always, I mean, she did it first. She made me, I was always grateful for her saying that. That you do better than me, son. You be better than me, son. And man, I miss my mom. It's been over 10. It's be the 11th year I've been without her, but I remember her teachings. Anyway, okay. So next slide here. We're talking about. It's one of the questions I've always asked as to go forward in life and research. What is money made of? What is money made of? Now I've asked this question before. Some of you may be my clients and listening, and I always ask them, what is money made of? You ask the question, what is money made of? What is money made of? Yeah. Some people will say, oh, it's made of. Joe is made of paper. Dr. Joe is made of paper. Isn't it made of paper? That's why they say money grows on trees. That's kind of misleading it a little bit. It is kind of sort of, but money made is 75% cotton, 25% linen. No, 75%. Yeah, but it's cotton tree, but it's not really tree. It's made of clothing, basically. It really is, because that's why you can wash money and it just you cleaner. But it's like clothing. So it's made of clothing. So basically, that's why you can wash money in a you wash money in a washing machine, and it just gets cleaner. It doesn't get torn away. But eventually, the physical aspect of money gets old, it gets worn, it gets torn, and it actually needs to be replaced. So the physical aspect of money gets it needs to be replaced. So it's not there's not something that you want to. It's not eternal. But the creation of how you make wealth, that's eternal. So money, the physical aspect of money, you know what? I didn't bring any American dollars with me. It's in the other room over there. So money is a physical object. So when I was over in Thailand, I was looking at the Thai baht. And the Thai baht, it looks like this. This is an example of a Thai baht. This is a 50 Thai baht bill. That's what it looks like. So that's what was accepted for exchange. So my American dollar was not accepted. Almighty dollar, yeah, they didn't accept that. I had to have the Thai baht. So it was, I was like, man, come on, you can't take my dollar? Nope. So, you got to understand that, even though that I had U.S. dollars, the U.S. dollar wasn't accepted. And sometimes, we in the U.S. is like, what? They didn't take your dollar? No, because money is what that society says money is. So you had to exchange your money for theirs. And it doesn't seem like, well, how is that? Why is that? Well, because that's what that society says. So you have to understand that. Now, when you do the exchange, that American dollar goes along. I mean, that dollar goes a long way. So how does that work? So this 50 baht is a little less than a buck 50. No, this 50 baht is a dollar. Is less than is $1.44. That's the exchange rate. So this, you're like, man, get out of here. You know, that to us we're saying a buck 44. That is nothing, man. What is that going to get me, man? A buck 44? Are you out of your mind? You got to be crazy. That's not going to do. That's not going to do a hill of beans for me. Ah, that all depends on what you're buying in their economy. So is all relative. It's all relative. I had a meal there. That meal cost me $10 in American dollars, but it's like I think it was like 119 baht. That's a little less than that. But I got 3 pork chops. I had like 5 pieces of fish. I had a whole stack of fries and a burger. Man, it took me 3 days to eat that stuff, but it was $10. So my $10 went a long ways in buying me food, because my $10 it was the exchange rate. I mean, you don't get $10, man. You can't get a Happy Meal for that. You can't get a. Is $10 for a Happy Meal? Anyway, I mean, it costs your dollar can take you a long way because of the exchange rate. So when you look at the currency, a currency is a standardization of money in any form. So each country has their way of standardizing money over a different way. But money is just an exchange. It's just an exchange. So our money versus the way money is in another country is just a standardized way of exchange, and it can be in any form. We call it a dollar. They call it a baht. Another country may call it a won or something like that. Just different ways of exchanging it. But it's money just an exchange. So each place may call it money, but the physical aspect of money can get old and worn and needs to be replaced. But creating wealth is eternal. So like the chair that we're sitting in, that chair is old, worn, needs to be replaced. But the idea of creating this chair, like a chair I'm sitting in, the chair you sitting in, the chair that's in your living room, they're all different chairs. But you can create that chair. You can create it here in the U.S. You can create that chair there in Taiwan. You can create that chair over there in, say, Zimbabwe, and you can sell that chair, and you can create money in that country, and generate wealth that way. So focusing on the physical aspect of a dollar, whatever it may be, is short-lived, but creating wealth can be eternal. So as we continue to build wealth in our own, whatever nation you may be in or in this country, you want to have an idea, have a concept, have a belief system where that belief system generates a continual effort of wealth creation in your country or in your idea or in your business. So your business, you got your book idea. It could be a product that you created. You want to have it be a sustainable product or creation that generates additional wealth for you over time. And not physically look at the aspect of money. Something that people want, people desire, people need, and it could be a thought or an idea that generates a wealth and an understanding. Because if you sit back and just worry about the dollars, those things are physical objects, they are not eternal. They need to be replaced. So that currency is a system of money. It's a common use within a specific environment over time. So each currency is specific to that environment, and you can't use it in another environment. The monetary system has different exchange rate and is set up by the monetary funds, the monetary system in each country. So our country says that this baht is only worth $1.44. Yeah, that's why sometimes you can go to other countries and buy their things, and because the exchange rate is very cost effective. Not saying that it's cheap, it's just cost effective because the value of our dollar is stronger than the value of theirs. Not saying that there's a difference in quality, but it's a difference in exchange, a cost in the value of their dollar versus ours. It doesn't mean that they're again. It doesn't mean that the product is any different. The quality of the product is any different. Not saying that there is or isn't a difference in their quality. It's just the value of their dollar versus our dollar. There could be a difference in quality, but it's not saying that it is. Because there's some products that I brought back and I got for my wife for our. I just bought some stuff back then. You can't go on a trip and then come back and don't bring your wife nothing. You come back and you ain't got nothing for your wife. Do you know how much trouble you be in? Man, you come back and don't bring nothing for your old lady. It is World War X. You know, so I brought some things back for my wife. I brought her a silk and cashmere scarf type thing. That thing cost me 50 bahts. I bought a couple of them, 50 bahts. So I'll tell you what 50 bahts worth, right? That was $1 and 44 cents. Yeah, that's someone they laughing there. Who's that? Teresa. Yeah, you know if I ain't bring nothing back for my wife, man, she'd have a heart attack, right? So that thing with that scarf was $1 and 54 cents. I bought 2 of them. She said, "What? $1.44? You should have bought 10." I said, "Come on, baby, I'm just one man. I'm not Superman. I can't bring too much of those things back." So she's like, already got a plan set up. So when we go back, tell me she's gonna get. And then I bought her a scarf back. The scarf is a scarf with the sleeves in it and everything, and that cost me 200 baht. That was $5 some change. What? You should have bought one in every color. I'm like, come on, girl. I mean, I can't get all that in the suitcase, you know. But again, exchange rate. So it's all relative. It's all relative. And then there was there was some necklaces and little wrist chains that were handmade, and they were a couple of bucks. So I just brought back little samples of things so she could see what was there and what she could get. I bought a couple of shirts myself. They were decent shirts, and they were like same thing. They were like 200 bahts, and that's like $5. But just to see. Quality was good. They were different. Something different in the U.S., but just wanted to see how it was. So some of the other world currencies that are out there that I've come across in my life. This is a $5 euro. This is a euro. That's when you go over in Europe. Got this when I was in Italy. Again, this is the $50 baht that was in Thailand. This is a Korean won. This is a $10,000 won. This is $10,000. It's a $10,000 bill. It's a won. It's worth 77 cents. I know, nuts. 77 cents, but it got 10,000 on that one. This right here is it 20,000? No, this is a $10,000 Cambodian bill. It's from Cambodia. 10,000 Cambodia bill. I don't know how much that one is. I have to figure it out a little bit. And this is a $50 bill from Zimbabwe. So Zimbabwe, Cambodia, Korea, Thailand, and a euro. So these are 5 different countries. And you see how different they look. 5 different countries, and this is money in those 5 different countries. Different exchange rates for those different countries. So that's money in their land, and it's different than the money in our land. And they have different exchange rates based on what the international system says that value is. Sometimes it's good for us in the U.S. to go over there and we can buy different things, and we can buy things of value that are, very good. Uh, it just depends. However, if we don't have the wealth to get there, that makes it a little challenging for us. So that's why I say think things through and understand it's not money itself that we have to focus on, it's the creation of wealth. And understanding that creation is there. So there are a couple of pictures here that are, here's a scripture that I always kept in mind. And now this scripture talks mainly about, it's like spirituality. Well, from my business mindset, this is what I kind of see. 2 Corinthians 4:18 says, while we look at things which are seen, this is seen. Well, we look at things we should look at things which are not seen. Well, the things that are seen are temporal. This is temporary. These things will get old, get worn, to be torn, need to be replaced. So this is temporary. We should look at things which are not seen because it's eternal. Creating wealth is eternal. You can always think it out. You can always think it through, change the thoughts. That's an eternal thought process that goes. These are going to get old because it's physical. This chair that we're sitting in is physical. It's going to get old, needs to be replaced. The idea of creating this chair is eternal because you can make a different type, different way, a different style. That's eternal. Those things you want to think on. Like the Bible says, think on these things to the good, and you can recreate it over and over and over again. So don't focus on the physical aspect of money. Think on those things that are eternal. The idea is to create that wealth. The idea is to create that funnel of income, the funnel of thoughts to create wealth. That's what I want you guys to keep that in mind. Now, a couple of pictures here. One, this is we're driving down the road in Thailand. We're in Bangkok, right? Bangkok. But Bangkok has some Texas chicken over there. They like our food too, man. So there's some Texas fried chicken over in Bangkok. I thought it was hilarious. So, hey, they like our chicken too. So, I wasn't too far from home. And then here's the next one here. Next photograph. This famous one that was on Facebook. Everybody like that one right there. So here's yeah. I had a friend of mine seen that picture right there, and I got in his car. The first thing he said is, "Joe, we do not do that," meaning African Americans. We don't go into a pit with a tiger, and we don't do that. And I was like, man, come on, man. I do that. I did it, but those guys were on. They were on some happy juice. They were happy, man. They weren't going anywhere. It was that big one. There was another one down there. I put the picture up there. We had my son and my daughter-in-law, and 3 grandkids and a friend. We were all there just having a blast, man. We just having a blast, man. So it was a wonderful trip, like I said. And you get a chance when you go overseas and do things like that once in a lifetime. Well, I'm going again, but you get a chance to do that. Sometimes you gotta do it. Now, of course, my wife seen it, and she was like, "Heck no, I am not." I was like, you never know, man. You get a chance something like that, you gotta take it. Well, I was a firefighter, right? So I did dangerous stuff. So hey, to me, it was just like just another day just another walk in the park. All right, so with that, we go ahead and close out. Want to have a book club starting again in January 9th. You want to maybe join them on that. Always like to read and learn new stuff. Again, this is the market, how it looks like there. over time. Plant the seed, gives us time to reap the harvest. That's how working with putting the money aside. That's how it progresses. Model again, knowledge, changes behaviors. Got the action items inside. You got the behavior model. You take the shopping cart and go around each phase of the model here. Contact ways to get a hold of me. My number, websites where you can get a hold of my Zoom meetings, my book, Patreon page, webinar. My motto there: follow one course until you're successful. Keep going. Plug in, day out. And that's the presentation. So I want to tell you it's always a pleasure to be able to share what I have for everyone, and I hope you gain some insights, more insights of what I do, how I share it. I hope you learned something, and know that when I provide the information, I'm looking for us to gain knowledge, gain wisdom, gain understanding, and knowing that it's us for us all to get to that wealthy place, get to that spot where we can gain more, give more, and gain more again. So this has been Dr. Blake with Blake Media, the Actionable Financial Literacy Center, and I hope you get your financial point across. Have a great day.